Well, we have survived the main campaign. We, well, what's the term I'm looking for? We threaded the needle, barely managing to survive. But now it's time to go for scenario 2, the Arks. As the brightest minds of Oxford and Cambridge, we have been sent to save priceless seed and plant specimens from the eternal winter. Let's customize the scenario. It is going to be a medium scenario. I don't want to be too challenged on this. Well, obviously, I want to be challenged on this, and most likely it is going to be very interesting. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's going to rock up and try to eat all the seeds. Wouldn't be the first time that happens. But this is the idea. There are 4 seed vaults. If one of the seed vaults gets below chili, the seeds start dying. The seeds are dead. It's GG. And we only get a small amount of engineers, and that's it. We need to basically run the entire city with nothing but automatons. And that right there is a challenge and a half that I am definitely looking forward to. So let's see how this is going to go. The start of the mission is also very different as well. We've been chosen to safeguard a priceless treasure. The seeds and seedlings of plants from all over the world. They've been deposited in seedling arks to stop them from freezing, but it falls to us to build a city to protect these priceless buildings until winter ends. However long that may be. The only way to do this is with automatons. We'll ensure the green earth is reborn, even if we aren't here to witness it. It's time to get to work. This is our start. It's a little bit different than the crater from the main storyline. Those are our 4 arcs, and those are the ones that need to survive. We have very limited amount of resources at the start of the game, and, well, we need to make do. We've reached a generator site, and seedlings are safely stored in the seedling arc. We are supposed to deploy automatons to make sure the city can run itself no matter the weather. But the transport carrying the factory plants was lost in the blizzard. We need to build a beacon and send a team out to search for it. Well, here are the arcs. We must ensure that the seedling arcs do not freeze. All the seedlings and many of the tropical seeds are very sensitive to the cold. If the temperature in any seedling arc falls below chili for too long, its precious content will be irreversibly damaged. We have 46 people. We currently have 1 automaton, and that automaton is going to be doing the following. If we can find something, yes. The automaton is going to be working on this coal pile, and we are going to build a gathering post to get these resources out. These are wood crates, a coal pile, and some more wood crates. We're going to use that to get stuff going. I'm going to build another gathering post on the other side, as there's a bunch of more resources here. Mainly this steel. This is the only steel we have access to, so we need to be very, very careful with it, that we don't use up all of it. If we do so, then the city will not survive, and neither will the Arks. Let's get a thing going. Let's initiate emergency shift, just in case we need it. We'll have some discontent because of that, but I don't really see that as a major problem just yet. Okay. So just waiting for wood to be done. This is ready to go. Let's max this out. Let's get all this wood up and running. I want you to be full of people. Health, food. We already have a limited amount of raw food, so we need to instill things like soup and stuff like that, because food is going to be difficult to come by. We're also going to need to store a significant amount of resources in various locales, so please be aware of that. We can fit a bunch of people in here. We need 5 huts, or 5 tents, however you want to put it. And that one is going to be important right there. First day is done. We should be able to get just enough. We didn't have enough resources to build enough tents. So the seed thing has ended. Let's turn the Jenny on and take it from there. Like, we're going to do a similar approach here that we did with our previous series, or at least try. As long as there's no infirmary up and running, we will turn the generator off during the day. We have a limited amount of resources at the moment. Let's hope that the automaton can generate enough stuff. We will have soup. They're not gonna like it very much, but that's how it is. Alright, cool. The next day is here. It's 5 in the morning. Let's send them to work. Still free time. And there it is. Okay, let's turn the Jenny off so we can collect more resources. And this right here is what we need. And then we need to get a medical post up and running. If we can, that is. We need 25 wood for that. We have 10 people that are currently standing around not doing anything. Okay, we're using all of these. So let's have 5 work on that, and then let's get the medical post up and running. We're gonna need the medical post anyway, because we're going to need to have 5 people working there. There we go. Oh, the heating is turned off. The generator is down. Yeah, that was to be expected. Oh, the automaton cannot refuel. That is a problem. So obviously the generator needs to stay online at all times to basically fuel the generator. Okay, so that is good. Let's get a cookhouse just so we can process our food properly, and we will get our first workshop up and running. Put you on the second circle and get it rolling. So we will need to assign some people to that, but we've got a bunch of them in gathering posts and a bunch of them working on the steel wreckage. I think as well, there's a single automaton on this coal pile. This is all being worked. So overall, we have a relatively decent distribution of people so far. Okay, so our first thing is online. Let's remove you guys from here and put you guys to work. And we need to get our first research up and running, and that'll be the balloon. Good. Let's have a couple of people removed from here and get them to work in the cookhouse. Let's get a fighting arena up and running, maybe. It does increase hope. Although I'm not entirely sure if hope really applies to this particular scenario. Like I said, I'm totally expecting to have people arrive at some point. Basically to eat all the seeds. I would not be surprised if that is the case. We shall see if that happens. There's another bunch of wooden boxes back here, by the way, that we can use. It's mostly the steel that's an issue. Okay, so the fighting arena is now built. We need to wait for all the food to be processed, and then we can disassemble the cookhouse. Because there we go, soup. Because then we can apply the people from the cookhouse to the workshop once again. Okay, survived another night. We have 431 coal. That is a rather significant amount. And we're transferring the food into new rations from now on. So that's good. So we're getting underway. We still don't have a beacon. We are researching that. I don't think it's going to last much longer. 6 hours we will have a beacon up and running. And soon, okay, so this coal pile has been depleted. So we will assign the automaton to a new coal pile. And it'll just move across. Good. So we're generating enough food, but obviously we don't have any raw food income. Also, the temperature is about to drop. That's unfortunate. Okay. So let's get some heaters going. So now we have the beacon ready. So let's get this beacon up and running. We'll put them onto the second circle over here. And then we will be able to apply more people to it when necessary. But so far, we're doing fairly okay. We've got a bunch of small issues with food. You guys have processed all the food. That's fine. So let's have you work in the workshop instead so that we can actually try to min-max that a little bit. Okay, so the beacon's up and running. We have one thing. It's the abandoned supplies. And there's a bunch of other things as well. Storm is on the horizon. Captain with the beacon operational. We can clearly see the storm approaching from the south. There's still some distance away, and we better keep an eye on it, making sure that we infrastructure needed to heat the Arks before it hits. Indeed, the storm is back there. It's gonna be pretty rough from what I can see. Let's hope it doesn't hit too soon. In the meantime, we need 40 wood, and we need 5 workers to work on the scouts. Quickly want to check something here in terms of our... Where is it? Research. So research, 4 workshops. Okay, so groups and tiers. Like it says here that we have a 160% research speed if we have 4 of them, but I'm not entirely sure whether or not that is the max amount of tech speed that you can have. It's not particularly clear whether or not that is the case. I also don't think that we can I don't have any access to the hunters' huts because only normal workers can work there. Like so far, the seedling arcs are livable. The temperature is fine everywhere. It's most likely going to get chilly very soon, if I can see this. It's only 1 level drop, so it's going to drop to minus 30, which is still a little bit annoying, but it should not be the end of the world. Literally. And besides, all of my workers are on the internal area of the generator, so they should not be... We shouldn't have to be too concerned with that. Okay, good. There's the temperature drop. So now the seedling arcs are becoming chilly. They cannot get colder than this. If they get any colder than this, they are boned. But our workers getting ready. We can enact another law. Let's get radical treatment going. As soon as we have a factory, which is what we will need anyway, then we can get prosthetics. Heaters have been researched. It's good. Steam hubs are necessary as well, but right now we need steam. I don't want to spend wood on anything at the moment. Steam hub is iron, which I don't want to spend either. Let's just get our 40 wood. There it is. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that should be enough to get... There we go. Let's get this guy out there to the abandoned supplies. We don't know when the storm is going to hit. It's still a little while away. So we can get sawmill and a steelworks, and then have our various. We can actually get the gathering. So it's only 10 wood, so it's fairly doable. And like I said, they'll gather material quicker. So now we have a bunch of people that are still sitting around. Let's get you out there just to scramble through the wood. Seedling arcs might freeze. Captain, in a few days, the temperature will drop. Our seedling arcs will be in danger. We have to keep them warm with heaters or steam hubs. And so this is what our strategy is going to be. We are going to try to reach Tech 3 and get the Tech 4 even, to get the advanced heaters upgrade or the generator efficiency update. Also improved heaters, actually. It's tier 2, my apologies. So tier 2 improved heaters in a few days would be preferable. Let's get the steamworks online. Steelworks even. Because we are going to need that in order to get our resources going. How much coal is there still left here? 124. This one still has 500. So overall, this should be fine, as our scouts will reach the site of our resources very soon as well. Okay, so that is going. We could get faster gathering. We kind of did discuss that already, just for the additional resources. But I also feel that we... Okay, we're here. Our supplies are covered in snow and ice. They seem to be undamaged, but we'll have to dig them out to be sure. We spent hours hacking at the ice to free our supplies, but we did it. We were forced to abandon them once. Doing it again would be unforgivable. Broken automaton and mountainside cave. Let's go and get the broken automaton. Any additional automaton would be a great addition, because then we can have them work in either our steel mill or maybe even a coal mine once it's up and running, or a sawmill as well for that matter. Coal has been depleted. That was this one. So let's get the automaton on the other one. We still have a bit of coal over here. There's no other coal. We need to get a coal mine up and running soon, or else we're going to be forced to use... Steel wreckage has been depleted. Really? Where is this? Oh, there was another set of steel wreckage. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Okay, gathering posts can no longer be used. So let's get rid of this one. Let's set up a fresh gathering post right up here, just so we can get access to the various amount of wooden crates that are up here. And we no longer need people to work here, so we can also dismantle this road, basically, just to recover at least some resources, and then take it from there. It does mean that we have additional people working on things. Let's hope that now that they're free, steelworks have been researched. That is great. Let's get the steelworks up and running then. It's a little bit further down. It's a little bit far away. So all the way down in here. So let's get that going then. And then let's get a... if we can get a sawmill, it's 10 wood to do that. And then obviously we need to build one, whatever that's going to cost. So, sawmill online. We have a bunch of people that are still deconstructing this building. Or at least I hope they are. Explore. Only the top of the automaton is sticking out of the snow. Digging it out will take some effort, but it should be worth it. Malfunction repaired. This automaton was left where it broke down. Thankfully, we managed to dig it out and fix it, and now we can send it back to the city. That's great. Okay, we'll send it back to the city. There is the lost dreadnought. We will go there. That is the materials for our factory. So we're going to need to build a factory somehow, so we need the resources to do so. What's going on here? Storage is near capacity. We don't have enough for a... Okay, we need a resource depot, because we need a resource depot for coal. And funnily enough, I think we also need steel, because that is something that we are going to need a lot of. I'm still kind of concerned about our food situation, though, because we're kind of in the middle of trying to juggle resources in terms of food. Now, the soup is kind of helping. It's going to get colder again. It's unfortunate. So it's going to go to -40. It's really unfortunate. How's the storm? It's still fairly far away. But our lack of wood is definitely gonna hurt. If we can get another workshop building, then we can get at least some sort of bonus from that. How's our warm overlay? Oh, shit. Oh, we have heaters now. And we have enough coal. So we at least, as soon as it gets cold, we can at least... So the seedlings vaults are now getting cold, so let's turn the heaters on. They should be only chilly for the moment, which is fine. It's a decent solution. What do you want? The seedlings are in danger. Captain, the temperature in one of the seedling arcs is dropping too low. If we do nothing, its precious content will be lost. Indeed, that would be a bad thing. So day 6. Okay, so the scouts have reached the dreadnought. Our expedition's main vehicle left hopelessly wedged in a crevasse. Exploring it will be difficult, but we have to find the factory plants. Whoa, there is a lot of stuff in here. We rappelled down into the crevasse. Damn, this thing is huge! Look at this niggy. This is supposed to be like a train. It's big. It's number 454. That's cool. After an hour or so of searching, we find a document safe and to retrieve the factory plans. We must get into the city as fast as possible. The weather is getting worse by the minute, and we need automatons to secure the city and the seedling arcs before the storm hits. Cracked ice and a snowy hill. Snowy hill. What is this? Standing out in the desert. Cracked ice. We will send... What's this? Okay, we'll send you to the mountainside cave. Maybe there's some additional resources there that we can use. Factory plans found. Bring back the plans. Set up a factory. So that's the goal. To get more automatons. It's a sawmill. Okay, that's good. We can still get faster gathering. Steam hubs are definitely going to be needed. We're just waiting for this automaton to arrive so we can start using it. Still quite a lot of resources here. We have some mild frostbite. One of our people has become gravely ill due to frostbite. This will keep happening if our people are working in the cold. That is really annoying. So we have a bunch of people. Oh, this is unfortunate. Okay, so the steam hub has now been researched. Let's turn on the heaters then in the gathering huts, because they are very cold. We cannot afford to lose people. Resources, coal thumper. Let's get the second tier of tech here. We have 3 sick. Thankfully, they're not gravely ill. Yeah, food still potentially a problem. Okay, did that one max out? Yeah, it did. Okay. I could get another... cooking hut's not gonna work. Let's get another resource depot. Because we need one for steel, because we only have like 100 storage, and there's 200 of it incoming. Or something like that. So, let's get some steel storage. And we have obviously the new automaton coming as well, so we need to get ready with the... oh god, 7 sick now. The cold destroys everything. This is all chilly, right? Okay. Maybe we need to build another medical post. Okay, automaton has arrived. That's good. Let's get another law going. Cemetery. Okay, it's getting warmer again. That's good. Good. So, warmth is increasing again. That's great. That means that we can turn off the heaters in here. So they're down to chilly now. That's fine. How are we with resource management? We are gaining a lot of coal a day. Food, however, is not looking very good at all. We are minusing very quickly here.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if sooner or later I'm going to need to make the decision to eat the seedlings. And that right there would be dark as hell. Alright, cool. So let's just build this thing over here. Steel we have. Cemetery has been established. These wooden crates have finally depleted. Okay, 60 here. A little bit of coal left. How are we doing with the drawing boards? Can we get... Okay. Tier 1 tech. So the first thing we need to get is... What's this? Fundamental research. Sir, an engineer is asking for a day off to study an automaton closely. The automatons can be improved. They may be the pinnacle of our technology, but if we learned how to make them, we can surely learn how to make them better. If I can take a closer look at any machine, I can adjust it to improve its performance. Why would it be any different with them? It's carry on with the project. I am curious. This is gonna go good. Coal mining, ASAP. And we should have another automaton here now. This is our steel, if I'm not completely mistaken. So let's have another automaton on there. Shit, we've got amputees. Okay, so we need to build a care house and then get some prostheses going. Okay, so let's get down to business. The scouts have reached the mountainsides. That's good. Okay, so they're just doing their thing. That's fine. But we got one cripple at the moment, and that is not great, obviously. Let's get this thing going. What do you want? More sick beds are needed. I will open up in medical posts. Which is what I was just about to do. Wisdom up the crowd. It's standard stuff. Oh, you need to explore the mountainside. The cave could collapse at any moment. There's no wonder it hasn't been turned into a permanent shelter. We take what we leave before we're trapped here, or worse. Ooh, food. That is excellent. Let's go back to the city. And let's get ready to build that factory. Actually, we don't want to have that many people working here because we want to get at least some of them working over here. Wait, another medical post? I have a medical post. Isn't that just the one that I built? Alright, fair enough. I'll build another one. Jeez. What's this? Care house, ceremonial funeral. Like, we're gonna build a care house so we can at least get some of the people occupied for a little while. At least so that the amputees won't use additional resources, which is something we want to avoid. I built a new medical post. What are you on about? Okay, let's just do it like this then. Oh, that worked. So we don't need this additional medical post then. We'll just deconstruct that. Okay, so we got one additional worker ready. Where are you? One prohibited worker, which is obviously because they are wearing a fake arm. So coal mine is up and running. We're just gonna get these basic resources going. Sometimes I wonder what the purpose of our struggle is. That is a deep question. 50 coal, 130 iron, a bunch of wood. The wood is now full, and we can build a factory. So we will build a factory. We have additional food, by the way, that we can place. And yes, I'm aware that I'm about to use a steam core. Thank you. Closest time of day. It's fine. Let's have 2 people work in the food shop so we can get more soup.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
Take you to the Icefall mine. Care house promise fulfilled. That's good. Cool. All right. So as we are building the factory, come on. There you are. So now we just need. Oh, coal pile has been completed. Okay, that means that this. Okay, the storage is now near capacity. We can remove the workers from here and put them on to the factory. This sawmill is because the storage is completely full. Let's get another resource depot or 2 up and running. And let's go for drafting machines. But on that bombshell, we're going to go wrap it up here. This has been the first episode of the Ark. We're going to probably just save the game right here. Let's just do that. The Ark is cold, man. Oh, did that even save? The Ark is... It's just for safety. Let's do it again. I had some problems before. This is the second time I've played this. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. We're going to wrap it up here. And let's see whether or not we can bear the storm. Let's just cheekily build 2 automatons quickly. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other.